Hello there you guys, welcome to another one of my live videos, and today I'm just going to be officially updating you on some more current latest news. So now, reportedly according to the media, that we know potentially we've got quite a few managers on our radar, potentially to come in at full time on a full time basis at the end of the season, if Ole Gunnar Solskjaer doesn't get the job on a full time basis, as we all know. Said another name, the two favourite candidates are either going to be Zinedine Zidane or Pochettino. Massimilano Allergri, the current Juventus manager, is on the list now reportedly, but obviously he is not the favourite, as we all know. But he's a Juventus manager. He's won quite a lot of individual awards. He has won honours as well as the player. He has been manager, since 2003. As Massimilano Allergi, as well. I can't pronounce his name fully, so I'll probably pronounce his name wrong anywhere. I'd show Max Allegria, something like that. But yeah, he's the Juventus manager. Reportedly, Man United have added him onto the shortlist. He was a player for quite a lot of years. He played for a lot of Italian clubs. He began managing in 2003. Did Max Allegri. Began managing in 2003. Managed quite a few small Italian teams to start off with. Did the player, but with Calabria, one of the teams he's managed in the past. He helped them to their best finish in Serie A for nearly 15 years as well. Did the manager. Also managed Milan for a good 4 years as well. He also won the Serie A with Milan in the 2010-2011 season. That was the first time they'd won it, 2004, as we all know. So he currently won the Serie A in 2010 and 2011 with AC Milan. And also now, since he's been at Juventus, he's won 4 consecutive domestic doubles as the current manager, as we all know. And he has been at Juventus, as we all know, since 2014, as we all currently know. His ratio is very, very good, as we all know, as it does say, as we all currently know. But potentially, Man United have reportedly we've added him on to our managers list, potentially at the end of the season. But obviously, we know he's not favourite to come in. Obviously he's managed Saluso as well in the past as Massimilano Allegri, but potentially he's on Manchester United's radar of a potential manager coming in on a full-time basis at the end of the season. But as I said, also Pochettino's on our radar, Zinedine Zidane's on our radar as well. But Pochettino, obviously the Juventus manager has never ever played or he's never managed in the Premier League, as we all know, so he's never had any experience of being in the Premier League. He's known for winning honours very, very well. Reportedly, I think he's supposed to be a very, very good manager. I don't really know much about him, to be quite fair, but reportedly, Manchester United, we've put him on our current list. But Pochettino or Zinedine Zidane is the potential favourite, as we all know, because Pochettino, as I said, he's good at developing young players. Gary Neville did say he would be his candidate. Scholes said he would be the right candidate. And Sir Alex Ferguson, of course, we had 27 great years with, who won 38 trophies, as we all know, reportedly said he'd be the right man, Pochettino, but he's fully committed to Tottenham at the moment. He's only spent £50 million at Tottenham since 2014, but mainly Tottenham's built around him, as we all know. He's Premier League proven. He hasn't won out in terms of silverware as Mauricio Pochettino, as we all know, since he's been manager. He has been managing since 2009, as we all know, but he's got a good record with Tottenham. He had a good record with Southampton, as we all currently know in the process. And potentially he also used to manage Espanyol as well. We know he's got a 5-year deal, Pochettino. It would cost the club around £35-40 million to recommend him in at the end of the season. This is if Solskjaer doesn't get the job on a full-time basis. But reportedly, Manchester United and Ed Woodward are still recruiting about getting a full-time manager in on a full-time basis at the end of the season. I think it's going to be either Pochettino or Zinedine Zidane, of course, if Solskjaer doesn't get the job on a full-time basis. But as I said, Massimilano Allegri, the Juventus current manager, it's hard to pronounce his name, has been added to our list as well. But I think Pochettino's Premier League proven. He understands the philosophy. He's good at developing young players as well, because he has got a great Tottenham team. They're second in the league now. They've got Kane, who's one of the best strikers in the Premier League for me. Won a Golden Boot a couple of years ago, 2 seasons in a trot, I think he won it. They've got Dele Alli, they've got Song, they've got Alderweireld, who potentially Manchester United are interested in. They've got Christian Eriksen. They've got Moussa Dembele. Tottenham have got a good team, as we all know, and they've got a lot of good young players. in that team as well. And Pochettino's done very well for them, as we all know. He's I think in his when he joined, he got third place with them. I think he's finished third with them a couple of times. Pochettino, they got second a couple of seasons ago as well, as we all currently know. Tottenham, but I think Pochettino would be the right man. He knows the Premier League, as we all know. And if he came to Manchester United, he'd have the willpower, he'd have the money to spend, as we all currently know. So potentially, he played 18 years in his playing career. Did Mauricio Pochettino. We know also Zinedine Zidane has potentially been mentioned. We know that it come out in the other week. It come out the other week that potentially Manchester United reportedly approached Zinedine Zidane. Man United were in discussions. Reportedly, Man United offered him the job. I don't know what's going on with Zinedine Zidane. I think he's actually destined to come and manage in the Premier League. Is Zinedine Zidane? He understands the philosophy. He's got a good pedigree. He's a proven winner. He's got that winning mentality. He played or managed in the Premier League, as we all know, Zinedine Zidane. But he won 3 Champions Leagues with Real Madrid. He was also good as a player as well. He won on as Real Madrid as a player. He won on as a player, with Juventus as well. Did Zinedine Zidane. But as I said, he's been managerless since May. But I think he's destined to come and manage in the Premier League, as we all know, because he had good players at Real Madrid. Of course, Zinedine Zidane. He has been in discussions with his current representatives about coming to manage in English football, Zinedine Zidane. But he is a potential favourite as well. We know some people like Laurent Blanc. He's been mentioned quite a few times as well, as Laurent Blanc. As I said, he has a good relationship with Fergie. He obviously knows about Manchester United because obviously he played for us, and he has a good relationship with Fergie. In his playing career, he played for us. He played for Barcelona. He began his playing career with Montpellier. As a youngster, did play as well. So he played for quite a few teams during his playing career. As we all know, he also, he's managed France at the top level, as we all know. So he's never had any experience of managing in English football, but he managed the French national team. He managed Bordeaux, managed Paris Saint-Germain, and won honours as well. Laurent Blanc, as we all currently know, but reportedly he has been mentioned as well, as we all currently know. But there's a few managers, that have been mentioned, as we all know. Leonardo Jardim's also been mentioned, as we all currently know. He's good at developing young players, as we all know. He was actually sacked from Monaco, was Leonardo Jardim, as we all currently know. But yeah, there are potential few managers that Manchester United could get in, but I think it's going to be either Pochettino or Zinedine Zidane that are going to be the favourites if Solskjaer doesn't get the job on a full-time basis. And obviously the Juventus manager now has been mentioned, as I said. But I think Solskjaer's doing a very, very good job. He's got the team playing. He's got the team playing with passion. He's got the team playing with heart and desire. And the players and the fans seem really, really happy under the management of Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. As I said, we could still see players leave. 2 wins out of 2 for Solskjaer. 8 goals scored in the current process, as we all currently know. 8 goals scored, 2 goals conceded. And I think this team's very, very good now. Solskjaer understands the philosophy. He likes attacking football. He likes the width. He said he's going to give everybody a chance. Did Ole Gunnar Solskjaer in the team. He did discuss about rotating, but he said he's going to give everybody the chance in the Manchester United team. He's going to give the youngsters a chance, which is very, very good indeed as well. But Solskjaer knows the culture of the club. He knows the club inside out, as we all know, because he was a great, great player for 11 years, from 1996 to 2007, as we all know. So he was a great, great player. Was Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, as we all currently know. And he knows about the club. He knows the traditions of the club. He's got that winning mentality. And the mentality, the right mentality is now in them. Players getting bodies forward, pushing fullbacks high up the pitch, getting bodies in decent positions, scoring goals, playing positive football, as we all currently know. And he wanted the players to express themselves, and this is exactly what they have done in these 2 games, with Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. I think things are going to turn around now. We're going to start playing good football, which we are doing at the moment. Players performing very, very well. Pogba feels a lot happier under the management of Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, as we all currently know. But as I said, Paul Pogba can be a potential world-class player. He's like 2 players in one when he's on form, and he's proven himself very, very well under Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. Scored 2 great goals yesterday, got 2 or 3 assists against Cardiff, so he has ran the show in the midfield. I think he's good when he's in the midfield or when he's in a free role. He's like 2 players in one when he performs very, very well. It's good to see central defenders getting high up the pitch as well. As I said, galloping high up the pitch, getting I thought Matic played well yesterday, got his name on the score sheet. I think that was his first goal since Crystal Palace, if I'm correct, in the Premier League. But he did well. He pulled the strings off well in the midfield. Fred, I think he needs more game time to get playing to his potential level, because he hasn't had much game time this season, to be fair. I think Pereira's going to get more game time. Bailly didn't play yesterday, but I still think he's going to get more game time, as we all know, because he has got great potential, Bailly. Martial, obviously he was rested yesterday, so Anthony Martial didn't play yesterday. He should be playing in the Bournemouth game, I should imagine. Maybe Lukaku may start in the Bournemouth game. I do not know, because he will be back from compassionate leave before the Bournemouth game. So he has missed these first two games under Solskjaer as Romelu Lukaku, as we all currently know. But yeah, he did say about rotating. He's confirmed Mason Greenwood's going to make his senior debut in the FA Cup against Reading. As we all currently know, because he's done very, very well for the reserves. It was good to see Solskjaer bring Angel Gomez on yesterday, give him a chance. Diego Doylett had a great chance yesterday to score for Manchester United. He's only 19 years of age, but I think he will grow and develop under Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, and he will get the game time as well, as we all couldn't know, but he should have scored yesterday. It was lovely play from Rashford on the left. He put it in the from the left, he put it in the middle, and Diego Doylett just missed it, and I thought he was going to actually score that as well, and it would have been great to see Diego Doylett score his first goal for Manchester United, but it didn't quite happen. But yeah, mainly these performances, these two games have been very, very good performances, playing with confidence, playing with heart, playing with passion, and playing like a Manchester United team, the way that we should be playing, considering the amount of money that's been spent on the team, as we all know. About £700-800 million has been spent, since Ferguson retired, but we are getting a glimpse now of them glory days, as we all know, and I think the glory days are going to return under the management of Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. As I said, he's still got to think about contract renewals, lineups, tactics, but his lineups and tactics are absolutely spot on, to be quite fair, and thanks Solskjaer for the instructions he's demanded, to the players, and the players have gone out there and expressed themselves and done it. And he did say, didn't he, I'm going to get the players enjoying football again. He knows some of the players, obviously, from when he used to manage the reserve team, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, as we all currently know. But if he does progress well, we've still got a chance at top four. As I said, we've still got a chance. There's still half the season to go yet. If he does, they may give him the contract and may give him the job on a full-time basis, as we all currently know. And he was a great, great player. Obviously scored in Champions League in the 1999 Champions League final as well. So he does know a lot about the club, does Solskjaer, and he's happy fulfilling this managerial role at Manchester United, as we all currently know. Reportedly, he's going to get around a £50 million spending spree in this upcoming January transfer window, reportedly. But as I said, we'll see what happens. He's got a few potential targets, as I did say, he's still in. Man United reportedly want to get a central defender in. They want to get a winger in, reportedly as well. But the central defensive area, we've still got, we've got a lot of players who play there. We've had injuries this season, as we all know, we're all aware of. But you've got Rojo, he's good there as a backup option. He can play as a left wing back, he can play him as a full back and a central defender. You've got Smalling there. So we've got quite a few defenders at our back line. You've got Victor Lindelof, I think, very improved for us a lot this season, to be quite fair. I think he's played very, very well this season, to be quite fair. You've got Chris Smalling. You got Eric Bailly, who hasn't played a lot this season, but he's still got great potential, as we all know. But Manchester United, as we all currently know, guys, are obviously interested in a few potential central defenders, as we have been discussing with you. Koulibaly would be a great, great sign if we did get Koulibaly. He's under contract with Napoli to 2023. As we all know, reportedly, allegedly, it's just said he signed a new deal, Koulibaly, reportedly, but he adapts every area of his game very well, and he doesn't have any reservations. I don't think he's got any weaknesses about his game. Good pedigree in Europe. He's delivered the goods very, very well to Napoli since he arrived in 2014. Of course, Napoli paid, a £7 million fee for him from Genk, as we all know. Man United reportedly have already had, in the process, 3 bids turned down for the player. The latest one was £95 million bid turned down for Koulibaly, but he's strong. He's technically very, very good. He's very, very, very good in the air. He's got a lot of tenacity about his play, and I think he'd be a good leader in our defensive area. He can also be operated as a defensive midfielder. He can play as a fullback. And he can play as a fullback, a centre-back, and a defensive midfielder as well. He's got a lot of tenacity about his play. He's got good physical attributes. He's good in the air. He's, 27 years of age? He's Koulibaly, so we still get a lot of years out of him. He's been a full international since 2015, as we all know. Ed Woodward has had discussions with the Napoli officials over this, but the Napoli president had confirmed Man United had put £95 million bid in for him. It had instantly been turned down, but I don't think Napoli are willing to do any business in the January window anywhere. So potentially we may now turn more of our attentions now to Tottenham's Toby Alderweireld, as we all know. But as I said, I'm a fan of Toby Alderweireld. I said I've got reservations about him. He has lost the pace a little bit. He is age 29. He is Premier League proven. He's Premier League proven. He's Toby Alderweireld. He's under contract till 2020. He's obviously there's no sign of him signing a new contract with Tottenham. Reportedly, he's got a 25 million release clause next summer. Reportedly, it would cost Man United in the excess of around £30 million to get the player. Obviously, Man United were in discussions during the course of the summer. But talk about the way around, I think he fits in the Tottenham team very, very well. But Tottenham still do have other options at the back if they do decide to sell him. Davinson Sanchez, they've got Serge Aurier, they've got Vertonghen as well. But Tottenham still not much of an essential player he is. I think he's lost the pace a little bit. He needs to adjust his game more, does Toby Alderweireld, but he can prove to be a world-class central defender, as we all know. And as I said, I think he'd lead our line very, very well. Premier League proven, and I'd be happy with him, if we did get him in January, or if we did, get him next summer, as I currently said. But yeah, he's a good player when he wants to be. I still think he needs to adapt if he did come to United and he did play in our defensive line. I think there's still other areas of his game that he does need to adapt, because he has lost the pace a little bit. He can prove to be a world-class central defender, Toby Alderweireld. But he has been potentially linked with a move to Manchester United, as we all currently know. He has been linked with a move to Manchester United, as we all know. But there's, obviously Manchester United have also been interested in Porto's Eddie Metelio, centre-back. I think he plays centre-back, a full-back, and he can play as defensive midfielder. So he's a defensive midfielder. So his versatility is very, very good. He is very, very young. He's in his prime. I think he's 20, 21 years of age. Reportedly, Manchester United have been interested in him as well. Reportedly, the players got around a 44 million release clause. I think he's under contract with Porto till 2022, or is it 2023? He's been in the senior team quite a few years, so he has grown and developed fantastically well. Obviously, if he was to come to United, potentially he would be having a reunion with Diego Dalot, because obviously he used to play alongside Diego Dalot, did Eddie Metelio, because obviously we got Diego Dalot from Porto during the course of last summer, as we all currently know, and potentially wasn't getting his main priority targets we wanted last summer. So we have been frustrated with a lack of transfer activity, especially under Jose Mourinho. We didn't get the players we wanted. The Bond weren't backing some of his signings that he wanted to get. I don't think we're in any desperate rush to get any permanent deals in. Reportedly, the board and Ed would have made it clear they've sanctioned Solskjaer getting any permanent deals off. They just, I think he's allowed to get some loan deals, until the end of the season. As I said, I would be happy with Toby Alderweireld. But as I said, I can see players leaving Manchester United as well. We know there's room. We've still got obviously injuries. We've still got Sanchez out to the new year. From my knowledge, there's been no update on him yet. He struggled to develop, so far at Manchester United. Obviously, I had him since January, so he's been here now nearly a full year. Obviously, he's injured at the moment. I think Rojo's still injured. I think Smalling is still injured as well. But I think it won't be long before Smalling and Rojo, recover from the injuries. Sanchez is supposed to be coming back in January, as we all know. But potentially, yeah, I still, we've been linked with a winger. We have been reportedly linked with Juventus' Douglas Costa. I can't see Manchester United obviously getting a deal over the line anywhere for Douglas Costa. Reportedly, Man United, according to the Italian press, had put around a £54 million bid in for him. Reportedly, Juventus had instantly turned this down. But as I said, since Ronaldo's arrival, Douglas Costa has failed, to get first-team football. He struggled to get minutes under his belt in the Juventus team. As we all know, Juventus triggered his 36 million release clause, bought him permanently, as we all know, because last season he was on loan for one season, was Douglas Costa, but he's a good winner. His dribbling's very, very good. He's a good athlete, got a lot of testy about his play, can put balls into the box as well. Douglas Costa. And, he was very, very good when he was younger in his prime, where with Shakhtar Donetsk he had an outstanding 5 years or so with Shakhtar Donetsk, won the domestic treble, then won honours with them as well. He had a good couple of years, with Bayern Munich as well. Big Douglas Costa, as we all know. He's obviously, won the domestic double with Juventus in his first season, as we all currently know. But yeah, so Man United have reportedly been linked with him as well. Yeah, so potentially Solskjaer's got a few potential players on his radar, as we all currently know. Does Lukaku, as I keep saying, does Lukaku have a future at Manchester United? As I said, see if he can pick if Solskjaer gives him the chance, which he said he's going to give everybody the chance when he does come back. See how he proves himself under the management of Solskjaer. He hasn't had the chance yet to have a game under Solskjaer, but I think he will get the chance from Lukaku. We know that he's too slow. His first touch does concern me. He is proven in the Premier League. He scored 27 goals in his first season, did Romelu Lukaku, as we all know. We know he's been linked with a move to Juventus. Obviously Raiola represents Romelu Lukaku, and he also represents Paul Pogba as well. Potentially Lukaku did admit during one of the international breaks, he could go to Italy. He keeps being linked with a move to Italy. Does Romelu Lukaku, as we all currently know. But as I said, I don't see how he fits in the team because he's got no pace. He's too slow. His first touch isn't good, so I have a lot of reservations about him. But he has proven to be a prolific goal scorer, and he's got a good pedigree in the Premier League as well, Romelu Lukaku. But he struggled for consistency this season when he has been playing. Of course, he was injured early on in the season as well. But I would give him a chance, to see how he performs on Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. But it has been Juventus that have been linked with him, because they're seeing him as a long-term replacement for Mandzukic. But I don't see how he fits in the team because you've got Rashford, who I think is going to grow and develop well under Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. Martial's going to grow and develop well under Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. So is Lingard and all that. And as I said, guys, they've got pace, Lingard and Rashford. They press high up the pitch, as we all currently know. So too does Lingard. Even Sanchez has got good pace, even though he's failed to establish himself. But Romelu Lukaku has got no pace to his game. He's just like Matic, very, very slow. He can pass the ball, Matic, but he's very, very slow. He's just like Fellaini, very, very slow, very, very static in the midfield, as we all currently know. As we all currently know. So he has been, he's slow, Matic, Fellaini's slow, Lukaku's slow, as we all currently know. But Pogba, has expressed himself very, very well in the two games, as we all know. We all know he's been linked with a move to Juventus. I think he would have gone in this upcoming January transfer window, Paul Pogba, if Jose Mourinho would have still been in charge at Manchester United. But now, obviously, we've got Solskjaer in. He's got that winning mentality. He understands the philosophy, and he's a good manager. Pogba's happy to play into him. Pogba is playing to his potential best, and the majority of the team now are playing to the potential level, as we all currently know. But Pogba's definitely expressed himself well. On this form, he's a player that could be on at least 12 to 15 goals a season. When he's in this kind of form, Paul Pogba. We did pay £89 million for him, of course, as we all currently know. But a lot of United fans would want to see Solskjaer take the job at Manchester United on a full-time basis. He actually admitted he wants to take the job on a full-time basis. Did Ole Gunnar Solskjaer? If you did listen to his first interview, with he said a lot of managers would like to manage Man United. I'm one of them. Potentially his plan was to unleash the pace of Martial, Rashford, Lingard and Pogba to the opposition's defence. He says attacking philosophy is the walls of Manchester United, and this is what Ole Gunnar Solskjaer said. And the attacking philosophy is looking very, very good, as I currently said. But yeah, Massimilano Allergri, the Juventus manager, who's got a pretty decent pedigree. He's known for winning silverware. He's won a lot of individual awards. In his past, he played with a lot of Italian clubs. When he was playing, he's been managing since 2003 now. As Allergi, and he's done pretty good. He's managed AC Milan, he's managed Saluzzo, he's managed Spal, he's managed a few small Italian teams, he's managed Saluzzo, and with Cagliari, however you pronounce him, he got than their best finishing Serie A for nearly 15 years, which is a good achievement. You know, of AC Milan, you know, he got recommended there due to his good managerial credentials. You know, with Allergri, he went to AC Milan, as we all currently know, and with AC Milan, he won the Serie A with them in the 2010-2011 season. That was the first time since 2004. And now at Juventus, you know, potentially he was at AC Milan a good 4 years, and now at Juventus he's doing, you know, well. He's won 4 consecutive domestic doubles, you know, with them. You know, his ratio is very, very good as well. But potentially he isn't the favourite to take over Manchester United, as we all know. But he's just potentially being added onto that list as potentially who could be the next Manchester United manager. But I think if Solskjaer doesn't get the job on a full-time basis, I think it's going to either be definitely Pochettino, who is the number one, or if not, it's going to be Zinedine Zidane, as we all currently know. But Solskjaer's doing a good job at the moment, as I said. Solskjaer's doing a really good job. He knows the club inside out. As I said, he's got that right mentality. There's confidence in the players. As we all know, the players want to play for him. He's got them communicating together. He's got them gelling together as a team. Because our team is a really, really good team. It's just that, you know, it hasn't been gelling together. As we all know, you know, when we had Mourinho in charge, and you know, when we had Van Gaal, the team weren't playing for Van Gaal. They weren't expressing themselves. When we had the team under David Moyes, weren't expressing themselves, playing for him as well. This is why we know we've been in such a bad position. As we all currently know, we were spoiled under Alex Ferguson. As I currently said, we had great, you know, years of success with him as well. But I think now the players are well motivated, and they are playing now for Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. All of a sudden, you can see this is totally different United. We are playing the United way, as we all currently know, which is very, very good to see. But yeah, as I updated you on some transfer rumours earlier, didn't I? I give you a bit of Arsenal's transfer rumours. I give you a bit of Liverpool's transfer rumours. And I give you a bit of Chelsea's transfer rumours as well. But I did give you, I won't say it all on this video, but as I said to you earlier, that Arsenal, obviously, you know, Aaron Ramsey's guaranteed, you know, to leave the club, whether it be in January or next summer or not, I do not know. But obviously he's not getting a new Arsenal contract. He's been at Arsenal over a decade now, as we all know. Reportedly, Juventus have been interested in him. The latest team, reportedly PSG, have been in negotiations over getting Aaron Ramsey. Reportedly, PSG are willing to offer around £20 million plus an 18-month contract in January. But from Arsenal's perspective, they'd rather cash in for the player rather than let him go on a free transfer next summer. And they've obviously got injury problems now. They've got Welbeck out for the season. I think he's set to leave as well. Whether Arsenal decide to cash in for him in January, I'll just let him go on a 3 next summer, because obviously Welbeck's not getting a new contract as well. Ozil's future still uncertain, of course, with Arsenal. As I said, Arsenal are on a blip at the moment. You know, after that 22-match unbeaten run, they went 22 games unbeaten, but since then, they've slipped away a little bit. I know they beat Burnley, but they lost in the cup to Tottenham. They lost in the cup to Tottenham, and they lost to Southampton, and they drew with Brighton. So there are points dropped there. So potentially, I still think they need to spend in January. Arsenal, they do need to spend some money in January. They still look a potential better team, without a shadow of a doubt. Under Unai, do Arsenal, they do look a much, much better team. As I said, under Unai, they are playing better. I think the Lacazette and Aubameyang are very, very good for Arsenal. They're a very good partnership. As I said, and potentially they're in search for a winner. I still think they need to reinvest. They need to, maybe get a defender in there as well. Do Arsenal? But as I said, there's a few potential players they're interested in. The latest one, as I did discuss with you guys, who Arsenal are interested in, is Ever Benga is a Sevilla player. As I keep saying, some names are just hard to pronounce, as I said, but it's Ever Benenga. He's worked with Unai in the past, of course, because obviously Unai is an ex-Sevilla manager, and he's currently at Sevilla now as the player, and he's an ex-Valencia manager, is Unai as well, and obviously, as I currently said, he knows a lot. Unai, maybe he's keen on reuniting with a player. I think he's 30 years of age. Is this Ever Benga? Reportedly, he's got around an 18 million release clause as a player. He's currently at Sevilla now. He's won 2 Europa Leagues with them. Of course, he's an ex-Valencia player as well. He's an ex-Valencia player where he played 162 games, won the Copa del Rey with them. Began his career with Boca Juniors, where he'd risen up the ranks with Boca Juniors. I think he'd been loaned out at a couple of teams. He was loaned out when they were all boys. He was loaned out of Atletico Madrid, as we all know. I think he was at Inter Milan for a year or so, as well. Was the current player, but reportedly his tenacity, he's got a lot of tenacity about his play. He's very, very good. He's fast on the ball. Reportedly, he can score goals as well. Can this player? To be quite honest with you, I don't really know much about him, but reportedly, Arsenal have showed an interest in him as well. He's got an 18 million release clause. Arsenal have obviously been interested in Christian Pavon. His Boca Juniors player, reportedly got a 40-odd million release clause as well in his current contract. Arsenal have also been interested in Christian Pavon as well. They've also been interested in Nicolas Pepe. Reportedly rated at around £72 million. A few teams have been interested in Nicolas Pepe. He is a Lille player, as we all know. He is only young, but reportedly a few teams have been interested in him as well, including Arsenal. Arsenal have been in negotiations. He's a winger, and Arsenal are in search for a winger, as we all currently know. But yeah, as I said, I'll do it on other separate videos, more transfer rumours, but Ozil's future still uncertain with Arsenal. We don't know what's happening with him because he hasn't really adapted himself, at the Arsenal team, Mesut Ozil, since Umre's took over, he hasn't really adapted himself, been struggling for consistency and form, and he was obviously injured early on in the season. But he's still Premier League proven, and he can be still a great, great player, and Arsenal still know deep down how much of an essential player that Mesut Ozil is to them. He can play in the mid, he can play on the wing as well, can Mesut Ozil, as we all currently know. But it has been Arsenal that have been interested. It has been a few teams that have been interested in Mesut Ozil, including reportedly Inter Milan, and a Turkish team were also interested in him as well. But he's Premier League proven. He's an ex-Schalke, Werder Bremen, Real Madrid player. He's grown and developed very, very well. He's won quite a bit of silverware. He's won a lot of individual awards based on his performances. This season, he hasn't really hit. He hasn't really being that good. At the beginning of the season, he was pretty good, Mesut Ozil, but he's missed quite a few key games this season for Arsenal as well. Obviously, he signed a new contract last year worth over £300,000 a week, as we all know, but potentially his future is still uncertain with Arsenal. I already updated you on my last video about a bit of Chelsea's transfer news. I'll give you an update on a bit of Liverpool's transfer news. Nothing much more as updated, as I said. But as I said, Ever Benga, Sevilla player. He's worked with Umre in the past as the player. He's Argentinian. He's come runners up twice in the Copa America with Argentina as well. So he is Argentinian. Is the player. He is 30 years of age. So reportedly he's supposed to be a pretty good player. This player. He's hard to pronounce his name. It's Benga, I think. It's Ever Benga or something, and he's got an 18 million release clause. So potentially, yeah. So reportedly, Man United have added he's called Massimilano Allergri. He's called Massimilano Allergri, the Juventus manager, and reportedly Man United have added him on their shortlist, but he's potentially not the favourite, and he's not the number one to come in at Manchester United. So, anyway, guys, drop your comments, likes below on the channel. If you do consider subscribing, as always, I'll be back maybe one more today, or if not, I will be back tomorrow. The Man United Bournemouth will be coming up on this channel as well. So if you do want to join me, well, I'll be on there anyway. So take care, God bless, guys, and I'll see you all again on my next video. Bye.